What's going on, guys? So we actually have two Gunpla reviews back to back. Now I'm very confused. What channel is this? Who are you? Either way, so we have today the next HG IBO kit from the Iron-Blooded Orphans Mobile Suit Gundam G. This is different. So this is Mobile Suit Gundam G. I don't know if they did this in a different thing. It doesn't say Erd Hunt. I mistakenly said it was Erd Hunt, but no, I'm thinking it's clearly not because it's whatever that means. Gonna be honest, I don't know. Now I'm confused. Maybe there's a game. I don't know. Game, app, something. I'll read it. Who knows? But this is the HG1144 Sigrun. Sigrun, which was one of the Valkyries in old school mythology. And in this case, it is a Valkyrie frame. So it should be cool. Now, we don't know how many Valkyries there have ever been. This is technically the second one we would even know. So, because the only other one we know is Grimgard, and then it got remodeled slightly, to be the Helmvig. So it is what it is. But beautiful artwork going on here. Super thrusters happening here. Golden, speary, little pokey thing. And then you got the Bandai Namco logo up there. So it means it's from some type of game. I don't know. And like I said, it doesn't say the Erd Hunt, so I'm not entirely certain what it is from. So it is what it is. And Bandai Spirits 2022. As you do, made in Japan, Bandai logo right there. Also, explosions and rocks and things. It's the easiest thing to do. Also, secret hidden Lupus Rex. Alright, we come down here and you get obligatory action. Enjoy creating impressive poses by using its whole body structure. And then right there, you've got internal structure of its head that includes a spherical part has been recreated. The open hand parts are attached. At least in that picture, they're attached. And then you get wrist parts with different angles are included. It means it actually comes with a wrist. And then you've got not an elbow, an arrow thing right there saying the pull-out mechanisms enable bold movements. Wow, they are still on about that pull-out mechanism. All right, and then the thruster units. Whoa, we got pull-out mechanisms and thruster units. Bandai, we need to talk. All right, either way. And then we got, hold on. The fired state of the wire anchors can be recreated with wires. Cool. It's a thing it can do. And we come over here. We got the HGIBO, number 45 in the run. And like I said, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Mobile Suit Gundam. Fine, cool. BandaiHobby.net, yay. And then nice bluish stuff happening there. Gotta love that blue. The blue visor look is always cool, except realistically they go slightly more green than blue. Somewhere, maybe it's just a tinting issue. I don't know. Let's look. And then we come to the back, and we got the obligatory rear and front shot. Isn't it funny how some go rear front, some go front rear? Either way. This package contains one set of Sigrun. Alright, so the Sigrun is a mobile suit that adopts a Valkyrie frame, a type of frame developed near the end of the Calamity War over 300 years ago. Yes, I'm aware. And then we have other ones right here. Line up. It does things. And then you've got the poly bag with a little guy with the toilet. You got PSPE, PVC. Right, PVC. What is PVC on here? That's interesting. I actually did not pay attention to it. It's probably the wire sheathing, if I had to guess. Okay, so either way, whoa, we got different warnings here. We got an 18. That's weird. What is that? 18. They don't translate these either way. So if you're anywhere between 3 and 18-year-old, you'll probably enjoy this frame. But otherwise, keep your hands off the Valkyrie. And then, warnings and such and things and barcodes. And look, illustration is by Morishita Naochika. Favorite artist. Still doing good work. New Valkyrie. Still upside down. Yeah, it's a thing. I know. Yeah. So, either way, let's get to it. All right, guys, here we have the Sigrun. Actually, I'm going to bring that up just a hair. Oh, nope, go the other way. Thank you. And looking pretty cool. So realistically, only other Valkyrie units we've seen, of course, were the Grimgard, the beautiful red bunny of death, pretty much my favorite thing almost ever, and then the Helvig Ringcar, which was just a basically redesign of the same thing so that they could disguise it, because frankly, you wouldn't want the Grimgard suddenly showing up on the battlefield. after everything that happened before, especially being associated with the Montag company. So yeah, it's very cool. I like the slight redesign. We got new shoulders here, totally new head design with forward-facing white wings. That's different. A new front crotch thruster thing. It's pretty impressive. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. You got some neat little knee armors. And once again, as I discussed in the last episode, unfortunately, I don't know where all of my IBO kits are, so I can't pull out the Grimgeared to do any comparisons. However, if I get to that point, I will do so. But as it goes, yeah, here it is. Just, there you go. We have thrusters back here and these little cool things and whatnot. So I will talk about stuff that I did do to it. So unlike the previous Grays kit, I did bust out paints for this one because it's a Valkyrie unit and I'm going to give it the respect it deserves, including painting the arm and leg pipes there. And I'll show you here on the screen a couple pictures from after I had it primed. Basically, it's just the superfine primer with a semi-gloss clear coat on it and then masked all to hell, basically just to get the pipes looking good. Because, I mean, why would they bother giving you little white pipes to go in places of things? You know, who would possibly think that was a great plan? Right? Right. All right, so let's zoom in on that head. And there is, all over this thing, I have some of my favorite dark gray ever, including right here in these little divot spots where these plug in. You'll see a few scrape marks there from cleaning up the paint. You'll see gray painted in there as well. Same thing on the knees, although I believe, no, okay, I thought they gave you stickers for this. That's not what they gave you stickers for. I'll show what the stickers are that I did not use here in a bit when we get to weapons and accessories. Painted a little gray inside there as well. Where else? Oh, okay, yeah, back here. Under there on these side thrusters. Now, I did use this big bluish sticker right here, just because it's on the butt skirt. Who cares? Also painted this guy. Paint was a little thick and dry at that point, so it's not the best. You can see the brush strokes in there, but it's on the butt. Nobody's going to pay that much attention. Yes, I do have some nub marks left over that just didn't clean up. I have brand new blades, but I guess they're the cheaper blades, so they don't clean up super nice. So back to the head sculpt. Sorry. Focus. Come on. Focus. Right there. All right. So you do get the stickers there for the bluish eyeballs right there. Looks pretty cool. And then you do get a blue scanner / visor that goes around inside there. And I believe it opens up this way to reveal the eye on the inside. Yeah. So, like, it's creepy, but you can do it. It's like, so gotta remember these things are the predecessor to the guy rail and the grays. So it is what it is. It does use the same standard double ball peg head, so you can, or neck. I say head. And you can look down that far, and due to its ridiculous neck, it actually can't turn its head very far. That would seem to be some type of disadvantage, in my opinion. Shoulders do have up and down motion. No butterfly, which I find strange, because I thought that's one thing that it was showing on the box art. You know, the pull-out mechanics. Ah, there it goes. Okay, it was just stuck. So this one's being mostly a new mold and not been done much. Actually can move around a bit. So it does have the butterfly joint. It was just a little stuck. I had to use the pull-out mechanism, as it were. I had to use that pull-out mechanism. I don't know what the other thing. Okay, so the shoulders do flip-flop, but they're a little weird. They don't have the normal shoulder mounted joint. They're actually a little bit different. Actually, there's a lot of flashing left on this polycap. That's kind of funny. Okay, so between that and the actual shoulder joint, you can get the arm pretty far up, like so, and you can utilize both the shoulder rotation there or the bicep rotation, which is actually very, very tight on this guy. And you can get a nice high teacher. Yeah, very careful because that is super tight. Has a double jointed elbow, which is interesting. So it does bend up here and down there. So it's good enough to basically touch his own shoulder. If you pop the hand out a little bit, normal IBO hands for the most part. Let's see here for the chest, and I forgot about this on the grays. You do have the ab crunch, which is absurd on this guy. I'm trying to get the head in a spot that I like it. Somewhere like that. Be good. Get the shoulders back, butterfly forward. There we go. Try to rotate that. All right, so good to go. Obviously, waist rotation, good to go. The front skirt thruster things are on a center-mounted ball joint right there, so they can come up like on a flip-flop, which is interesting. So that's new to me, at least. I don't think the back skirt does anything. It's just plugged in there, so that's not moving. The side thrusters here do pivot. There's a ball joint on the end of the hip, and we can get a Jean-Claude. I'm also realizing I did not really do articulation that well on the last one. Yeah, I'm still a little rusty on the reviews, guys. It's been a while since I've actively done things. All right, so normal T-mounted pegs here that go into the hip. You do get thigh rotation, but much like the bicep rotation, it is super tight. Like, I'm glad to see that, but it's a little scary, if I'm honest with you, because I'm scared I'm going to snap the hips off. The knees are double jointed to the point that you can crumple it up like so. And then once again, favor to start gray on the legs. I could have cleaned it up a little bit better. Still could. Just take a little thinner on the edge of a Q-tip and just clean up those extra edges. Had some issues. Whoa. Come back here. Aligning these when I first put them on. Like, there's meant to be a small gap there, like that. But it was, like, really wonky. I think the knees were stuck, so... yeah, just be wary. And ankle joints, just like a graze. Can do that. And then it can pivot there on the ball joint until you knock off the armor, which goes like that. So, and it does have pretty small feet. And, of course, having the darker blue boots means that you're going to end up with some numb marks on your bad boy, like so. But, yeah, there's that. So, let me real quick bring out all our accessories as we do it. And he does have its shield. I don't think it has... Does it have a specific name? It just says Valkyrie Round Shield, so that's interesting. And it is multi-layered, so you got the base layer that's purple. You have this purple top layer, and then a white top layer goes on top of that. Now, you can use stickers if you want to. So you got the gray stickers here, and those are meant for these little areas right here in front of the little pointy bits. I got one spot that went on a little thick right there. Is what it is. And you can peg it on to the forearm right now, just like the swords could do on Grimgard. So that's pretty cool. Come on, straighten out. Now, one thing about the shield is it does have these little things. I don't even know what they're called, but basically they can fly out, and you got a little bitty hole right there. And they do give you 2 lengths of wire that you can cut into 4 lengths of wire if you can math it out properly, which I believe you can if you're building a Gundam. At this point, you should be able to just very easily cut a thing. And basically, you can get a nice wired friend to fly around. Wow, really? Just that much, just a little bit too much torque, and it just lets the torso go. All right. Try to get the feet to straighten out. And like I said, you got 4 bits of wire. You can make this happen. All right. So you can do something like that. It looks a little weird, if I'm honest, but, you know, still pretty cool. Like, I don't know what it's for. I don't know, it's for capturing purposes. Like, you could, like, use it like a bolo in a way, you know. Once again, trying to get the leg to rotate so I can reposition these legs. So, I mean, I have not seen an HG this tight in a long time. By the way, it didn't use that many polycaps, which I found a little strange. But, it's, it's been a while. So, the other thing is he does have his Valkyrie, I believe it's just called, it's a rapier, just a Valkyrie Rapier. Simple construction, just a couple layers and stuff like that. Then added favorite to start gray ever to those little spots. Once again, something that could have been stickers, and they didn't bother. And you can hold it like that. And he does have just the straight hand like this, or if you're so inclined, he has a lancing, sorting, thrusting hand, like so, which gives it that nice pointed motion, which is definitely appreciated. Come on, shoulder. Yeah, it's just too much happening here all at once. Oh, that's the other thing, because there's no square edge to it, it doesn't stay in. So that would be one thing that's a negative trend to it. Here, let's pull this like that and pretend he's going up against somebody over here. So that's pretty crazy. And one thing I did not cover in the previous review, although you'll see it in a flight pose in the thumbnail, you can use an HG stand of some sort. Obviously, this is not a standard one. This came from Metal Garurumon. And actually, due to the way that butt skirt is, that's not going to work out too well. But it'll function enough to allow me to get a good old pose here. And he can have the shoulder, back, arm ready for thrusting purposes. Ow. like so. So once again, you got to be careful because it will just want to come out from under you. Get the knee up like that, shoulder and shield up like that, like he's about to be attacked, and he's just gonna thrust forward. That's pretty cool. That is really freaking cool, not gonna lie. And because we actually do have a comparison, here is the custom Schwab grays compared to this guy, the Sigrun. Once again, gotta get everybody straightened out, gotta have a pose for whatever. And it's interesting how much taller the Valkyrie unit is to the grays. I mean, it's even at the head is significantly taller, but it's still a pretty cool unit regardless. Obviously, we're ignoring how tall the rapier is. All right, guys. So if you're kind of done with the main part of the review, go ahead and pop out now if you want. I appreciate you. Hit that like button as well. But I'm going to go over the instructions and read up a little bit more on the kit from here on out before I do an actual outro. So if you want to pop out, go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I have the instruction book here, and there's a nice image of the Sigrun as it is. Looks very pretty. So let's read up here. So the Sigrun is a mobile suit that adopts a Valkyrie frame, a type of frame developed near the end of the Calamity War over 300 years ago. Designed on a concept high mobility, high output unit have changed the tides of the Calamity War, resulting in high performance mobile suit. However, as with the case of its sibling unit, which was also adopted a Valkyrie frame, only a few battle records of Sigrun exist. Mobile suits developed around the same time, which used Gundam frames, swept the battlefield, and the Valkyrie frame units faded into obscurity. So few units were manufactured, there's a limited number of people only know about them. The Calamity War ended before the Valkyrie frame units were able to play an active role. So that's one reason why there's only a handful. They don't actually know how many were ever created or used. And now we're only seeing like one or two that have popped up, So if come to the back, oops, hey, you get back in there. All right, so let's see here. The Valkyrie Rapier is the main melee weapon developed for the Sigrun. The sword blade made of rare metals and penetrate nano-laminated armor. Ooh. It has rare properties, specialized in penetrating power in an age where mass-based armaments are prevalent. Makes sense for me. Also, interesting way to hold it, actually holding it like a rapier. Let's see. Valkyrie round shield. Developed exclusively for the Sigrun as an ideal piece of armament that enables attack focused on individual targets, where enemies are entwined by the built-in wire anchors on the shield and impaled for the rapier. So basically, these things would grab onto something, pull it in, and it would stab it. So interesting. Form, rapier round shield, even curved design of the armor is reminiscent of knights of time known as Middle Ages on Earth's history. Yep, Valkyrie frame was developed and become a symbol of those who wished to win the Calamity War, which led to the completion of the Sigrun. And then thruster units. The small but high output thruster units are a prominent feature in the Sigrun close quarters combat, using Valkyrie Rapier supported by the thruster unit on the weight and the back. Okay. Right here. After Valkyrie frame. After the war, the Valkyrie frame units, included the Sigrun, where reevaluated research was carried based on design concept Valkyrie frame. So that's how they got to the grays after the guy rail, basically, based on that. And then, by the way, for anybody who cares, if you want to paint it, there's your color codes and paint mixes if you're interested. Speaking of which, there's those two. It still saddens me to this day that this got turned into this. I mean, this is okay, but it's a completely different thing. You know, just makes me sad, because this was so fucking cool. You know, my beautiful red bunny of death. And far as I know, that's it for that. So, anyway, it was a fun build. Very good. It actually took me longer to do painting the pipes than it took to build the rest of the kit, if I'm honest with you. So I got the torso and hips essentially done and the shield built and all the dark gray parts painted by hand. And then I stopped to mask off and paint all the hoses white. And that's what actually took the longest amount of time, but I still got it done in one afternoon and evening, even with that. So basically trying to speed through builds as best I can so that I can get back to reviewing and prepare for Double October, which is coming up very, very quickly. As of right now, it is September 12th of filming this. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, he does have an open hand that I forgot to show off. My bad. But either way, cool kit. Glad to see another Valkyrie frame come out of this. And you do have a handful of leftover parts, but not too many that can be used to make something else. It actually is a very purposeful kit with very few leftover parts. Also, very few polycaps actually used in this one, which I thought was interesting. Basically, the shoulders and the hips. I can't think. And the head. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else going on. So, pretty cool. But guys, that's going to be it. I will catch you on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on building.